Before I begin, I do want to say thank you all for understanding my sickness last week. It was not a very fun weekend for me, and I appreciate you all understanding on why I had to miss last week. I've also really enjoyed my time over this last month worshiping with you all throughout Advent, and have been really grateful for this opportunity, so thank you all. Will you join me in prayer? God, may the words of my mouth and the meditations of all of our hearts be acceptable to you, for you are our rock and our Redeemer. Amen. Well, this last Christmas was not a normal one for us, as I was still laid up in bed. But my wife and I chose to watch a new Christmas movie this year on Christmas. This year we chose the film This Is Christmas, which is a British film from a few years ago, where a group of people who see each other every single day on the same exact train car as they ride from their outer suburb town to London. And in typical human fashion, these everyday faces were just everyday strangers. No one talked to each other. You know, maybe there was the head nod of acknowledgement, and that was about it. But every day they rode into town together until one of the riders, a young man named Adam, decides, you know what? Enough is enough of this. I'm going to stand up and I'm going to invite everyone to a Christmas party. Because we all just need to know each other. As Adam did this, the other passengers dug their noses deeper into their phones or their books or their newspapers. And of course, there's one other person who had kind of liked the idea, and of course she was another cute young person who had a twinkle in her eye. And as Christmas movies go, you can guess that the party happens and two people fall in love. I loved it. I hope you all find it to watch. You can still watch Christmas movies now. But what I took away from this film was that there is beauty in claiming something that is every day as special and doing something with intent. Sure, this was just their ride into and from work. This was their chance to read the books that they don't get to read, or to get deeper into their work, or to listen to that podcast. And as someone who is also I don't really like small talk kind of guy, the idea of someone standing up on a train and inviting me to a party with a bunch of other strangers, well, I don't like that. But in inviting his train car of everyday strangers, he is saying to them that this doesn't have to be like this. We can get to know each other and be, if not friends, at least friendly with each other. We can make this 30-minute train ride a time of joy, a time of friendship, and not just a cold ride. Adam, the main character, builds a community out of an ordinary circumstance in saying that the community that they have, even how bizarrely struck together they have it together, and they can make it special. When Simeon and Anna received Jesus in the temple, it was for the everyday ritual that would take place. A newborn child being brought in to be blessed by the priests and to do the ritual to baby boys. Or as the Common English Bible so aptly reads, Jesus' parents brought the child to the temple so they could do what was customary under the law. Almost as if Luke was saying, I know this is going to sound weird, people, in the future. Just this is what we do. But for the people of the temple, this was regular stuff. Everyday stuff. It may have not have been every day for Mary and Joseph and Jesus being a new family together. But every day people would bring their child into the temple to be blessed. But when Simeon and Anna recognized that this wasn't just their everyday child, not their everyday train ride, Anna and Simeon acted differently. They knew things would be different after this, especially for Simeon, who was told that after he met God's Christ, he would pass away. And he did. And so they, the community at the temple, made this moment different. Not just doing the quote-unquote ritual that was under the law, but doing something different to tell the others in the community that after this, for the good, things will be different. Anna and Simeon took the everyday ritual and claimed that moment as something special, as good. And over the last month, I hope you've learned that I like to provide our biblical narrative characters with humanity. And so I'm going to do that with Anna and Simeon. We know that they were at the temple day and night praising God. So doing these rituals was a part of their everyday life. It was just a few weeks ago where it was my birthday, and my wife asked what I wanted to do, and I said, hey, let's drive up to Scottsdale and let's go to Medieval Times. Now, for those of you that didn't smile when I said that, that means you don't know what Medieval Times is. And I'm going to tell you. It's a dinner show with medieval knights, a queen, jousting, horse shows, everything. It's awesome. Now, I know that once you get done, you're going to be not listening to anything I say. You're going to be trying to make reservations for lunch. But it's awesome. And one of the reasons that I love going to Medieval Times is not just the orchestrated fighting and the horse races, but it's a reminder of one of my favorite films, The Cable Guy. And I promise you all, I've mentioned 2 movies in this sermon today, but I normally don't do that. But in the movie The Cable Guy, Jim Carrey and Matthew Broderick go to Medieval Times where they are greeted by their waitress, who is just thrilled to be there. But Jim Carrey's character is about to bust. He is so excited that he speaks in Old English to the waitress, and the waitress is just rolling her eyes. Meanwhile, she just reminds herself of why she hates her job. But for Jim Carrey, this was a special day, a big special day. He was bringing his new friend to his favorite place. But to the waitress, this was just every day. Oh, good, here's another one of these guys. I was one of those guys. But Anna and Simeon might have been the same way. Well, here comes another family coming to get their new baby blessed. But Anna and Simeon sensed that there was something different. That this just wasn't a special day for this new family, but it was a special day for everyone. That from here on out, the world would be different. That this child is special. And what we are doing, Anna and Simeon, what they are doing in that moment is special. Something extraordinary. And they're taking something something everyday ordinary and making it extraordinary. And what we are doing in this place is special and extraordinary. We don't have to be the most innovative or the most off the wall or the most anything. But if we choose, if we continue to move down the train tracks, looking at our phones, digging our nose deeper into our books and our newspapers, we can just continue to do the rituals that God has called us to. Or we can choose to engage with each other, engaging with our children, lifting each other up, acknowledging each other's humanity. That this journey that Chalice Christian Church is on can either be just a part of your commute on your faith journey, or we can make this special. Claim this time with intent. Claim this community with intent. Claim it with God's blessings. Acknowledge that this may just be part of our weekly rituals, our everyday, every week life. But if we claim it, it can be so much more. If we are willing to be bold enough to stand up in front of each other and claim it, like Adam did in the film This Is Christmas. Because here's the thing. In that film, we all would probably feel the same way as the other riders on that train, digging ourselves deeper into our books. But as one person got excited for this inaugural train car Christmas party, so did another. And then another. And another. And slowly, over time, so did all of the people on the train. This is what happened with Simeon and Anna when they met the less than week-old baby Jesus. Their excitement was passed on, so much so that we read about it today. So let's do that. Let's claim each other. Let's claim this time. Let's claim whatever space the future holds for Chalice Christian Church. Let's claim that God has called this community to be together, not just for a ride, but to be companions on this life and this faith journey. Claim that this is who we celebrate life with, that we create traditions of faith with, that we shout with joy when there is new life and excitement. It took a village to get excited for the Messiah, to raise the Messiah, to speak the word of the Messiah to the rest of the world. We're not any different. We have to celebrate each other. Let us claim with intentionality that this, no matter how small we are or how large we grow, no matter where there is worship, that this place, both physical and spiritual, is special. That it is a gift from God. So now let us go and carry the spirit of Anna and Simeon to tell everyone about this good news.